You ever spend 45 minutes scrolling through Netflix trying to find something to watch? You read the reviews, critically acclaimed, 5 stars, everyone's talking about this, so you start it, and 10 minutes in, you realize it's absolutely trash. That was me with trading strategies for 3 years. This one has institutional order flow, garbage. This one has a secret algorithm created by a guy on YouTube, also garbage. This one was created by a hedge fund manager, still garbage. I probably sampled 25 different trading strategies, started each one thinking, this is going to be the one. This will be the one that'll make me rich, only to be disappointed like when Netflix cancels your favorite show after one season. You gotta love being bagged by corporate America. But here's the thing about streaming services. You know what you actually end up watching? K-pop Demon Hunters, the one everyone judges you for rewatching. Not because it's new or exciting, but because you know it works. It's reliable, it's comfortable, and it delivers every single time. That's Purple Profits for me. I've been rewatching the same simple strategy for 6 years now. 1 purple line, 4 levels. Not because I'm boring, but because I'm profitable. I'm about to show you the only show you need to watch. Let's get into it. Why Purple Profits is my favorite trading strategy for the last 6 years. So here's the timeline. I started trading in 2019. 2019 is when I bought my first penny stock. It was the end of 2019. You can check my feed. It's all been documented. Then in 2020, we had COVID. So COVID is when small caps are really, really hot. If you didn't know that, small caps were hot. The market was just overheated in general. But we can see as we move through the timeline, I have been doing this for quite a long time. 2021, I hit 148% Ripper. 2022, 72% on Tesla puts. 2023, another 100%er. 2024, 2025, more multi-baggers. I have been doing this for quite a long time, and I'm going to teach you the strategy I've been using all the way since those early days in 2019, and hopefully you do not make the same mistakes that I did. So why is Purple Profits the one for me? It's very simple. Other strategies, they don't know where they want to eat. Okay, they don't know where they want to eat. You ask them, hey, what do you want for dinner? And it turns into like a 2-hour argument, and everyone's hangry, and no one has any food in their tummy, and it just gets worse. It doesn't change their mind. Purple Profits, the rules are simple. It doesn't matter when and where, the rules are still the same. It doesn't change because there's a SMT off the POS V3. It doesn't make any sense to me, okay? It stays consistent and has been written about since the 1800s, okay? My strategy is based off fundamentals. High maintenance. It's not high maintenance. You need 4 levels, which by the way, you can join my free Discord and get the free indicator. It literally does it for you. And 1 purple line. If you cannot do that, then I don't know what to tell you. And also, it doesn't let you check their phone. Other strategies, you can't check their phone. What are you hiding? Purple Profits, clear signals. It can't get any more obvious. It's loyal. It doesn't change up on you in the market conditions. It could be bullish. It could be bearish. It does not matter. Purple Profits will still print entries and you will still print money. It's low maintenance. Again, you need 4 levels and a purple line. It's honest and transparent. You know when it works and you know when it doesn't work. It doesn't get any better for this. This is why Purple Profits is the one. So what is Purple Profits? Purple Profits is essentially using EMAs and levels. So we use something called the LE model, which I'll explain in other videos. But very simply, we use levels and we use the 8 EMA. For levels, in a bullish scenario, the stock is going up and to the right, therefore it is going higher. Therefore, we have to break either the previous day high, which you'll see often referred to as the PDH, or the pre-market high, or the PMH. Why? Because we need to break one of these highs, either the previous day high or the pre-market high. In a bearish situation, we are going lower, therefore we need to break the lows. So we need to break either the previous day low or the PDL or the the pre-market low or the PML. Notice levels come first. I talk about levels first before the 8 EMA. We're going to get into this when we get into mistakes people use, but you need to break one of these levels, whether it's the previous day high or the pre-market lows. You need to break one of these levels in order to use EMAs. Then, once one of these levels breaks, if it's above the 8 EMA, it's bullish because we want the stock to go higher. Remember, it has to break a previous day high or a pre-market high in order to go higher. If it's below the 8 EMA, it's bearish. We want it to go lower, so therefore we have to break the previous day low or the pre-market low. And you can see over here in this example, we broke the pre-market lows. We are below the 8 EMA, and we're going to target the previous day low. This is Purple Profits in a nutshell. If you can follow one line and 4 levels, this is the strategy for you. So the where and the when. Levels tell us the where. And what do I mean by where? It's where is it going to go? Is it going to go lower because it's breaking the lows? Remember, pre-market lows or previous day lows? If it's going lower, that shows us the where. The when is when to enter. We can see once it comes up to this purple line, it tells us when to enter. So the levels are the where is it going to go, and the EMAs are when to enter. This is what we are looking for. We're looking for a clear break of the level, an EMA tap, and making about 90% in a couple minutes. This is Purple Profits in a nutshell. This is what you want to trade. These are clean, easy setups you can do from your phone or at your desk, in an office, or on the job site, wherever you may be at 9:30 to 11 a.m. Eastern. This is what we are looking for. So this is the Purple Profits framework. It's quite simply 4 steps. Step number 1, okay, is identify your level. What do I mean by that? We're going to break this down in detail, so don't worry if you don't know what that means. We're going to wait for price to break the level. So that's step 2. Step 3, we're going to wait for the EMA to catch up. Key here, catch up to the candle that's currently forming. And step 4, we are going to enter off the 8 EMA rejection or hold. If a candle is rejecting, meaning it looks like this as a huge upper wick and it's starting to go down, that is bearish. If it's holding, it means that buyers are stepping in, pushing price up, and that is bullish. All 4 steps must be completed in order. Okay, you can't do step 4 then step 1. It's numbered for a reason. Follow the numbering. Don't ask any more questions. So step 1, identify your level. You will see all the time when I post trade reviews, whether it's here on YouTube or on X, when I post trade reviews, I will have the pre-market highs will be a dotted green line because it's not as strong as the previous day highs, which is a solid green line. And that logic applies as well to the pre-market lows and the previous day lows. These are the 4 levels that I am identifying every single day. Remember, I have a free indicator. You can join my Discord. It's literally free and marks all this for you in the colors. I don't know how to make it any easier, but if you want to draw it manually, hey, have fun. Now, some questions that I'm going to get in the comments before we move on is, well, Ellie, what time is the pre-market? Well, I'm glad you asked that, Jimmy. So the pre-market, you can just do a Google search if you don't believe me, is from 4 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. That is the pre-market. Remember, the after hours is from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because it's after the market closes. But once you go to night-night and your mom tucks you in, then you wake up, it is a pre-market. It is the action that's happening pre-market, not aftermarket. Next question is, where is the previous day levels? It's very simple. You're going to look left on your chart and you're going to mark the high of the day and the low of the day of the previous day's candles. It's very much that simple. Don't overcomplicate it. If you're brand new, it's okay. I have had many janky levels in my time of they were completely wrong. Again, there's a free indicator. I don't need to plug it anymore. You get the idea. So do what you want. Hire a financial advisor. Okay. Step 2, wait for price to break the level. It needs to break the level. Remember, it needs to be up and over or down into the gulag. This is not a break. This candle here is not a break. Sure, it peaked its head above, but it is not up and over. Okay, bonked its head and got sent back down. That is not a break. Here is an actual break. Look, it's up. This candle right here is clearly up and over the pre-market high. You need to know the difference. If you're not sure, it's likely not breaking. If you're not sure, it's likely not break. You want to be confident. Oh, there it is. It's up and over and it's resting, ready for me to smack it. Those are the type of steps you want, not, oh, I don't know what to do. Okay, if you don't know what to do, that means you should be on paper. You shouldn't be trading with real money, but hopefully this is a good example for those who are confused. Step 3, wait for the EMA to catch up to the candle. Notice on the left side here, it's too far away. Look at the candle and look at the EMA. This is what we call a gap or an extension, or hey, if I enter here, I'm going to get stopped out at the entry. Notice, when it's nice and snug Okay, it's about 20 cents away on a $600 stock. I don't know anyone or any store that sells something that's 20 cents, so it's pretty dang snug to me. If you have a store near you that sells things for 20 cents, feel free to let me know. But you can see it's nice and snug. Again, look at the price against the level and the EMA. It's snug. It's like a teddy bear. You don't want it to be this far away because this is what we call an extension, or some people call it an air gap. I call it an extension because it's way too far away from my risk level. Other people call it an air gap. You get the idea. The rent is too damn high. The EMA is too damn far away. Don't touch it. You want it nice and snug, right up against it, as close as you can get. Remember, if it's 20 cents off on a $600 stock, it's a rounding error. However, if it's $2.20 off from a, let's say, $600 stock, that is going to be an issue. As long as it's relatively close, use your eyes, then you are good for it to catch up. And then step 4, you're going to enter on the EMA, reject or hold. This is a rejection. Notice it came up to the EMA, and the EMA is like a fly swatter. Smacked it right back down to where it belongs, into the gulag, which confirms our entry. If it was a hold, say it was flip-flop the other way, price would come up, hold it, and then go higher. This is a hold. This is a rejection. Remember, rejections are bearish and holds are bullish. So let's look at another trade example in real time. First step, identify your level. You can see we had the previous day low marked here and the pre-market low marked. It is the dotted red line. Okay, so this is going to be the PML, or the pre-market low, and the solid red line is the previous day lows. So what are we looking for here? We're looking, if you extend these levels out, we are looking for the stock to break down and do something cool and trend so we can make some money. Step 2 is exactly what we just drew out. We're going to wait for price to break the level. We can see it clearly breaks the pre-market low and the previous day low. However, we need to wait for the EMA to catch up to the candle. We are not going, see, notice it's far away. Look how much room there is here. You're going to have FOMO. You're going to slap it. I'm telling you, price is going to fill up, stop you out only to go lower. You need to wait for the EMA to catch up to the candle, which is exactly what it did here. It caught up, but this is not an entry, because remember, we want entries to confirm. So yes, it caught up, but we need more confirmation. We are entering puts on a bullish candle. Now, for my more experienced traders, you're really going to like what I have to share next. You need to enter on the EMA, rejection, and hold. This candle right here is not a rejection. This is not a rejection. However, this candle right here, this big wicky candle, which we know top wicks means sellers, which are identified here, and then you get back under the ADMA, that is a clear rejection. Okay, we're not just throwing darts at the purple line. Read the candles, understand the story. And lastly, you can see all steps are complete in order, mind you. Okay, we didn't start at step 4 and then go to 1. And then this trade, we made 145% on our runners, or about $1,300. This is the power of purple profits. All you need to do is make sure you have confirmation and understand the complete strategy. Mistakes people make. All the time, I see these mistakes. So please, if you identify with any of the 4, I'm also going to show you how to fix them. Big mistake people make, chasing candle breaks at the highs or low. They chart out a setup and they're like, yo, that's an LE setup. It's breaking the previous day low. What do? They smack it at the lows. No. There's 4 levels, which is the previous day low, the previous day high, the pre-market low, and the pre-market high. Nowhere did I say the low of the day. 4 levels, not 5, not 6 if you add in high a day. Do not chase candles at the lows. You are taking every purple line touch with no level break. You see a stock, it's literally in the chop blender, and you're just randomly just buying off the EMA. You have no concept of what we just talked about. You missed the entire levels part of this lecture, so you need to go back and go watch it. This is a mistake. You are not respecting the purple line as a stop. Once you get into it and the stock starts trending, eventually it's going to break down below and the trend is going to rest even more. However, you don't stop out here and the stock decides to full alley-oop down to the lows and you give back all your profits. And another massive mistake I see people make is taking profits too quickly. They're so used to just getting absolutely rinsed every trade they take that when it goes up 12%, they sell all of their contracts. Listen here, pal, okay? If you were down 88% on your account because you have no discipline, 12% scalps are not going to get you back to green. The math simply doesn't math. But here's the good news for people who are serious and want to take this further. The correct way to trade, especially as we go into the new year, this is more and more important. So this is the correct way to trade. Let the full pullback, keyword full pullback happen. Who cares if it's going to the abyss without you? I don't care. No one else should care. Let it happen. It eventually will pull back. I have yet to see a stock only go up and to the right all day without a single pullback. And same on the downside. Because guess what? You're going to say, well, Ellie, sometimes during the day. Yeah, but does it just keep going down forever? No. Stocks do not go up forever. They don't just go down forever. There's always a pullback. Always. So you just need to wait for that pullback to happen. Take clean and obvious setups. Like we said before, if you're not sure, you don't take that trade. It needs to be clean and obvious, like the ones you have studied day and night. Because you want to build confidence as a new trader. You want to start getting a little bit of swag in you, a little bit of confidence, a little momentum, because then you can call Ellie up and I'm going to take you to the next level. Next, let the trade work. Look, you sit in front of a desk all day working 9 to 10 hours a day while getting ass blasted by Lisa from HR, but you won't sit and let your trade work. You put $500 into a trade and you cut it in 2 minutes. But you sit in front of a desk for 9 to 10 hours. Doesn't make any sense to me. Let your trade work. You are studying night and day trying to provide for your family. Okay? That doesn't mean a trade lasts 2 minutes. This hyper scalping nonsense is destroying your portfolio. I'm telling you, it used to be me. And lastly, hold one contract as a runner. I know runners are a hot button issue. Traders have a lot of issues with that, but I'm telling you, if you are brand new, start to learn how to hold one runner, because once these one runners turn into 10 or heck, even 5, your portfolio is going to explode like you don't even know yet because you're not there. But just trust LED on this one. And lastly, simple fixes are often the hardest. I'm telling you, simple fixes, they sound simple, but the problem is human emotions. Change sucks. No one wants to make any changes anymore, especially in 2025, 2026. But if you could just add a small tweak, if you could just let one of these, say you just wait for the full pullbacks and you screw everything else up, I'm telling you, it's going to add positive returns to your account. Just focus on one. And lastly, you need to know when to sit out. Like I've said time and time again, listen very closely here. You need to know when to sit out. Team, you cannot randomly come in here and buy off the EMAs for literally no reason when it's in complete slop. You need a level to break. Don't just think adding the ADMA to your chart is going to change everything. I'm telling you, one chop day, you're going to piss away your entire account. I've done it before. I've seen people do it before. It's super common. Do not be that person. Our goal as traders is to always keep our seat at the table. This is a serious business. We're not trying to go bankrupt overnight because we found a new shiny object. By the way, you can trade with me live for free. Link down below. But last thing I want to leave you with is everyone hates the guy who knows everything. You know that guy. Every time you raise your hands, oh, well, I know. But here's the thing. I've never seen that guy that pays bills. Okay, he seems to know everything, but no one knows where he lives. He doesn't drive a nice car. So why are you listening to him? It doesn't make any sense. How does that relate to trading? I've never seen a trader who knows every single possible strategy on the earth make any money. You know why? Because they constantly hop back and forth and they get all confused and they're like, oh, is that a fair value gap or is it a big trend day? Stop. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. You're here to feed your family, to pay your bills. Stick to one strategy, master it, and then you can move on. I cannot stress this enough. It's going to be a huge theme for my videos in 2026. Last thing I'll leave you with is join the free Discord. Come trade me live. The same way I'm in the YouTube videos is the same way I trade. No BS. It's all for free. You all have a wonderful night. Peace.